Good morning, folks. It's December 19, 2020. I'm back on Truman Lake. I'm with my good friend, Mike Vallentine. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning.
Most of you know, or a lot of you know, Mike is the owner of Crappie Masters. And of course, Crappie Masters puts on crappie tournaments all across the nation. Mike last year just started some state circuits too. Tell us a little bit about Crappie Masters.
Yeah, we got it, national tournament trail. It's been around a long, long time. Last year we added around 15 different state tournament trails.
Yeah.
So kind of our goal and all that is to make it possible for people to get into tournament fishing at an affordable level,
right,
so they can learn about tournament fishing, and also give them a chance to qualify for our end of the year big show, the national championship.
Big national championship.
Yeah, without having to put on 20,000 miles or most of us guys, we got jobs. And,
exactly.
And, it's hard to move. Right?
Yeah, it is, and that I fished the state circuit last year. I loved it. Great group of guys here in Missouri, and like you say, it's very inexpensive.
Yeah.
You can go out and practice a day, and you don't have to spend a week traveling and renting hotel rooms and that sort of thing. So what a lot of you may not know is that Mike is a very accomplished crappie fisherman himself. Won a lot of tournaments. He's very good, and so he's agreed to come out with me today and share a few tips with me and with you, and we're going to go over the LiveScope setup. I think we're going to be one poling. What's on the agenda?
Yeah, we'll go do some one pole fishing. It's mainly it's winter time. Fishing in the winter time can be a little bit different than the summertime, so maybe we can cover some stuff like that.
That'd be good.
But maybe cover some patterns and presentations.
I want to learn it, and I think they will too. The water temperature. Let me see here.
Cold.
Okay, yeah, it's winter time. The water temperature is 38.7 degrees. The air temperature this morning was 32 when I got out of the truck. But fortunately, there's not much of a breeze at this time. Hopefully it doesn't get up and the sun's out. It's a beautiful morning, so let's quit talking and let's start fishing. Okay, we're going to get started here. First thing we're going to do, Mike's going to share with us his LiveScope settings. So I'm going to use my handheld camera. We're going to get down here on the LiveScope, and Mike's going to run through his settings.
Yeah, so I've experimented with a lot of different things on these graphs over the last couple of years, but right now I'm running my screen on the what they call the black emerald. So we're going in here to the appearance, and we're going to pick our color scheme, and we're going to select the black emerald, which is green.
Right.
And so then the settings wise, I mess with my gain last thing I mess with. I like to run the I run my range all the time on 30 foot out.
Forward range.
Forward range.
Okay.
Yep, my forward range on 30 foot. I run the depth range. I run it around 15 foot all the time, unless the fish get deeper than that.
All right, and you do that why?
So I can tell what size the fish are. It's just a lot easier to tell what size the fish are.
Right.
It looks the same the whole time.
Right.
So when you're running your depth at 8 foot or 10 foot, it blows the fish up. If I'm running mine at 15 foot all the time, and I get used to seeing the same picture all the time, it's a lot easier for me to tell the size of the fish.
So you just got a consistency there.
Yeah.
And a fish is going to be the same size no matter what the depth of the water is you're in. Whereas if you keep changing the depth, the size of the fish changes with it.
Yeah. Then you got to make adjustments. So,
right. Makes sense.
Now, if the fish start getting below, 13 foot deep on a 15 foot setting, then I might go to 18 or to 20, or you know, I spent a lot of time in Texas in the winter, and them fish get 25, 30 foot deep, and that completely changes the whole game.
Right.
But where we fish here on Truman Lake, you can pretty much set at 15 foot almost year round, and you're going to be good to go.
Okay.
So we go back into some settings here, and noise reject. I like running mine. Now sometimes these vary, but I run mine on medium.
Okay.
I run this ghost reject on medium. I run the TVG on medium, and we'll go back. Uh-oh. I done hit the wrong button. Alright, we want to get into the color gain. I run my color gain anywhere in that neighborhood, maybe a little less than this, maybe like around 75%.
Okay.
Just depends on how bright things are.
All right.
Just mess with it a little bit. I'm going to bump it down to 75.
Okay.
There. And then regular gain. Let's get back to the regular gain.
Just going back another one. You run a 1222.
I run
right?
a 1222. All my stuff's on a knob. But the gain here, so we'll adjust this when we get on fish and we get on some timber. I'll adjust it so we can tell, you know, so we can dial it in. I like to get rid of the clutter with my regular gain.
So you like a pretty clean screen.
I like a clean screen, yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna, we'll take it down just to, you can see it clean it up a little bit here. We'll just take it down to 49%, and when we get on the timber and stuff and the fish, we'll play with it.
Okay.
We'll have that on the main screen here, so it'll be easy to mess with.
Okay. All right. And so that's pretty much it then.
That's pretty much it. Sometimes it depends on the sun angles and stuff like that. I got to go in and mess with the TVG and the noise reject. Sometimes I have to run them on low.
Okay.
And sometimes that ghost reject. That's new.
What is the ghost reject? I don't know anything about it.
It's to eliminate, you know, ghost your what they call ghost trees that'll pop up. It's to eliminate that and pretty much eliminate dead spots. So the higher you run it, the more stuff you eliminate. But it messes with your settings. You got to adjust your gain, and it's relatively new to me, so I'm still learning too.
Was that part of that latest update they did?
Yeah,
it added that.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start fishing.
All right.
Okay, we started to pull the motor up, but I get a lot of questions from people about how I have my transducer set up. Is it on a pole or on the trolling motor? So I thought I'd just show you this. As you can see, I have my LiveScope transducer on the shaft of the trolling motor. And I was talking to Mike before I turned this back on about the angle of the transducer. Some people run it a click or two higher than other people do, and Mike had indicated that he turns his down. I'll see if I can do this with the camera. More so that this bottom edge is facing pretty much straight down. Is that right, Mike?
Correct.
And so this transducer just clicks. You can adjust it. So he runs his with the bottom edge pretty much parallel with the top of the motor, right? Okay, let's get back at it. I've got Mike running the trolling motor so he can show us what he's doing. He typically runs a Fortrex, Minn Kota Fortrex, which is a pure cable-driven motor. I've got this Ultrex, and it's a little touchy, so it's going to take him a while probably to get used to it.
We got one coming on the screen here that looks like it wants to play ball. So, and this is one of the biggest things about LiveScoping is it's just identifying fish. And this fish is not a real big one, but get a little pitch on them here. What we want to do is some experiments and see how the fish are biting in the morning. And it is cold. We've had a lot of fronts blow through here, so we're going to try to pitch on them, and we're going to try to, here it comes. We're going to pitch on them, and then we're going to dead stick them, and we're going to see if which way they'll bite. See, that fish is
he's following it a little bit,
but not wanting to bite it, so now he goes away from it. We'll just move on to the next one. That's a great thing about Truman Lake. It has so many fish in it.
You don't have to waste a lot of time with them.
No, we don't have to turn around. All right, so you know, it's cold. It's winter time. These fish are pretty lethargic, and what I like to do is just, you know, we're back in the creek, and it's shallower water, and we're seeing some fish on some timber here. I find a lot of times when it gets to be winter time that it's easier to catch a lot of these open water fish than it is to catch these fish that are just on the timber.
Really?
But these fish on the timber seem like they get hunkered down and don't want to bite. But,
well, it looks like a good fish there.
Yeah.
So you find the open water fish in the wintertime will be more active or more apt to bite.
Yeah, they're out there feeding. We'll just sit here and kind of, there's two fish there, and we'll give them both an opportunity. My guess is that this morning bite's going to be kind of slow. You know, you got to let those water temps warm up just a little bit, get these fish active. There we go.
Yeah, it says, you can probably see on the screen, it's 8:35 in the morning. So we want that sun to get up overhead and start to warm the water a little bit. And
it don't take a whole lot. And there's a fish.
There's one suspended out there.
Up high, out in the open. We'll just give him a pitch and drag it by him. The thing about that is you got to make an accurate pitch.
Well, there again, everybody's transducer points a little different off the nose of their motor, and it's what you get used to. So you're in an unfamiliar boat, and
we'll get it there. We'll want to give this fish a chance to bite. He's hanging on that. There we go.
Oh, there he comes. Yeah, he came after it. Ooh. Okay, so that fish was fairly aggressive coming after that.
Yeah.
But he just didn't.
He wanted a piece. He just wouldn't commit. There's a couple there on that stump.
Yeah.
That's what I like about this green screen. It seems to, and the settings that I have it on, we can really see this bait really good.
Yeah, very good.
Fish are showing up good. They're glowing good. Let's see, we're in the middle of some nasty stuff right here. Trying to drop it right on the nose. We're going to hold it.
Now, you've started out with a hair jig.
Yes.
1/8 ounce?
This is an 1/8 ounce, yep.
And it's, what is that, purple or black?
It's black
and chartreuse.
Yeah, almost like a black and glow type chartreuse. Right. Really bright. The water's pretty dirty here. We've got some sunshine. We're just trying to. This is a great starting color. I'm not sure there is a bad color.
Well, you know, some people think color doesn't matter at all. Other people think it means everything. Do you change colors a lot? I mean, if you're not getting bit?
Yeah, I mean, I will. I don't change a lot. I've got a main...
You got your confidence colors?
Yeah, there may be 6 total colors. I could probably fish 6 colors all year long across the country, and probably wouldn't make a whole lot of difference. But, you know, I pay attention to the way that the bites happen and where the fish are hooked. So there's one up here I'll throw at. I mean, these are all crappie. These are crappie in here.
Right.
And what we're trying to do is just be a little more selective on what we throw at. I mean,
you're looking for the bigger fish.
Yeah, we're just looking for bigger fish.
There's plenty of fish, so why not try to catch the bigger ones?
Yeah.
Now, we're here in mid-December, late December. Water temperature 36 degrees on this graph. We're in 8.6 feet of water. A lot of people think wintertime, all those fish go deep. You got to be fishing deep water. But that's lake dependent, I guess.
It is lake dependent.
And this lake, Truman Lake, will you typically find these fish in that 8 to 10 foot of water year round? Or
yeah, some years are even different than others. So there's no. I haven't found anything that. I mean, typically we'll catch them in shallow water year round on Truman Lake. I mean, that's a general rule.
Yeah.
You can fish in 15 foot or less than water year round and catch fish year round. And you can probably even say that about 10 foot of water and less.
Huh.
But,
he's glued to that wood.
glued to the wood.
Oh, you got his attention. He's wiggling.
He's coming after it.
Yeah.
But not biting. And that's a great tip too. If you can't get him to bite.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, okay.
To bite, do something to make him move.
Wiggle it or
yeah, hit him with your bait.
Just try to aggravate them and get them to move.
Get them to move, and your chances of catching that fish will go way, way, way up.
Really?
Yeah.
Just got to make them get active.
Yeah.
Nice little fish.
That big old fish. See that little tail?
It's yeah.
That is
too much wiggle.
Yeah, too much wiggle. and identification is everything on this. You can spend all day throwing at every little dot you see on here.
Right.
But you need to spend all day throwing into that crappie. And you know, these fish that you'll see, they just pop up. They're just bang, sitting dead still.
Right.
Crappie.
Yeah.
Even when they swim, they don't wiggle a whole lot. They just kind of float through there.
That identifies the crappie. They're just there, and they just hold there for the most part.
Like all these dots like that, just sitting there.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you're not going to see one swimming once in a while, but it'll kick and then it'll slow down and glide, and you can get a good one. But you know, they like structure. They like hanging to structure on it or near it, almost always. And so you just kind of sit here and move this thing back and forth, side to side. So I'm going to try to get on top of this fish and vertical jig it, which would be my preferred way of catching.
Yeah.
It's fun to pitch at them, but man, if I can set this up straight on.
Set it right on them and mess with them.
Yeah. This fish is moving a lot sideways too, so there we go. Just kind of
you're on him now. Yeah. So you gave it a little. Oh, there he comes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dandy. Yeah. Sweet.
Not a giant, but it's a good one.
It's a real good one.
So,
that's a nice fish.
So I'm remembering in my head there. Had to hold the jig steady. Fish was a little bit further down, and that's twice that's worked.
Now, on your Crappie Masters TV show, you're always guessing weights. Yep. And you're pretty good at it. We're going to put you to the test.
Hey, it's early.
You can hold it. I'll let you hold it.
It's not real heavy. I'm going to go with 134.
134, he says.
Don't be trick scaling me.
Well, every scale's a little different.
Yeah.
Oh, you're off.
I was off.
132. He's pretty good. Pretty close. Nice fish.
Yeah.
Nice fish. Okay, so we've sort of gotten out of the bigger fish back where we started in the bend. So we're going to pull up and take a little run and see if we can find them somewhere else.
I kind of operate off of a different philosophy than maybe some people on fishing, and that is spend a couple hours trying to locate them, and then spend the rest of the day trying to catch them.
Right.
And
put your homework in the beginning.
Yeah. Finding them's the hard part. It seems like catching them is not real difficult if you can find them. So the first creek we was in, 8 foot of water. Now we're in almost 11 foot of water.
Right.
And so we're trying some different things, but what we're looking for is a concentration of fish. What I'm looking for is a concentration of fish. If we can find more fish, we can probably find some better fish, in these areas. We're fishing in the upper part of the Grand River here on Truman Lake.
Right.
This is where the big fish live. So now we just need to find some fish, and we'll probably find some decent fish. These fish, they move a lot. They have been moving a lot, and this water temperature is getting down here to where these fish are going to start standing still somewhere here pretty quick. and they won't be moving as much. But so we just kind of keep covering some water and doing some different stuff, and then we'll stick with something if we ever find anything that works good.
Right.
Here before long we may be in 14, 18 foot of water trying it. And
Just got to keep looking, see where they are.
Yeah, that's LiveScope fishing now. For me, it's just keep moving and keep looking until you find what you're looking for. And for me, that's larger quantities of bigger fish.
Right. That could be a dandy there.
That's either
you're going to find out.
Yeah.
Because you're right on him.
That's either a really big crappie or something we don't want. The crappie.
Yeah, it looks like a crappie to me.
We're going to be able to set it on and give him a chance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's a dandy.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow, that's a pig.
Yep.
Oh, yes, sir. That's what we're talking about.
That's that 160 class fish here, or a little better on Truman. Now that fish,
wow,
11 foot of water, almost on the bottom, just sitting there.
Nice. All right, we're going to give it a shot again. Hold it and tell me. Let me hit this spot lock.
I'm going to say 171.
165. Pretty close. Dandy fish. All right. Dandy fish.
Yeah, those are fun to catch. So now we've seen a couple bigger fish hanging on the bottom. We've caught, that one on the bottom, another one it was decent fish on the bottom. So
right.
I'm gonna start looking more at the bottom, and but also here's one
coming up. Yeah.
But also want to keep your mind open that's the only thing going on.
Right.
So, but my eyeballs are going to be concentrated a little more towards.
Yeah, you've caught a couple of good fish. That's the beginning of a pattern, anyway.
Yeah. If you catch one more like that, if I was tournament fishing, I wouldn't even look at another fish the rest of the day, unless it's just sticking out like a sore thumb.
Right.
Got a good color on the old black and chartreuse.
Right.
Below.
Yeah. Let me see that. Let's. I'm going to hold this right here. So you just got your hair jig, you got a silver head on it, black, chartreuse. I noticed in your jig box, every one of your jigs have that silver head on them.
Yeah.
You like that? I mean, is that by design or?
Well, I tie some jigs, so I don't think that color is that big a deal. I used to think it meant everything. Now I just don't really think it matters.
Yeah.
So I don't paint my jig heads now. The ones that I order, I'll have them painted, just because that's
somebody else is doing it.
Yeah, somebody else is doing it.
Right.
But the ones I make, yeah, they're just silver heads, and these are what I call my experimental baits. I still fish with plastic a lot. There's a fish near the bottom here. If these fish get off our way, we can tell what it is.
All right.
Now, I spend a lot of time trying to line the boat up into the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a decent fish. Not a giant, but short. And if you notice that your pitch is off a little bit, just pick it up and redo it. It's not worth trying to make the adjustments on.
Don't let it get all the way down there and then try to move it around with your pole.
Yeah, it's just, I like going just past the fish a little bit and give yourself time to correct your mistakes, because it's hard to be perfect. So many times you pitch out there and you can see your bait, and I wiggle my head from side to side even to get my bait lined up. I want that bait glowing like the fish is doing.
Right.
Yeah, it's really not that good of a fish. It's, that might be one of them pounders, but we're here. Well, now we ought to get his attention. So see if that fish, he's being stubborn.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try to make him move.
Yeah, you're wiggling your bait.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to hit him or something, and there we go.
There you go. Now you got his, yep,
Got his attention.
yep. Woke him up. Another nice fish. Yep. So if you just held that jig there, it's just going to sit there and the fish is just going to sit there.
Yeah, I mean, it probably right now, today. Maybe not tomorrow.
Right. Maybe not an hour from now.
Yeah,
but right now, they're pretty lethargic.
Yeah, and I really did was sit there and twitch it. And once I seen him move, I just stopped. I just froze, and then he crushed it. So the chase is on.
Yeah. Now we're looking at this fish right here. Yeah. He's swimming away from us. Oh, one down below him, too. They're going to make me get my rod out.
Which one? You want the first one? Or
it doesn't matter to me. You tell me. You're in control. You tell me what to throw at.
Yeah, you pick you one out, and I'll get that. Oh, that's a good one. If that's a 2-pounder, I'm gonna. Oh, here he comes. I'm gonna really be upset. Now, he come after it a little bit.
Oh, got him. Boy, he did. He's a dandy, too. Nice fish. Thank you, Mike. That worked out well. Yeah, it's a dandy fish. Huh?
That other one's still sitting there. Not sure he's as big.
While you're catching him, I'm going to put this one on the scale, just see what it weighs. Yep.
Yeah, yours was bigger. Won't say that too many times today.
What are you guessing on that one?
40, 41.
On 41. $147.
Finally wiggle? I think he did.
Yeah, he's moving.
I've jerked that thing up and down and up and down. Finally made him wiggle.
You finally aggravated him enough to move. Now will he bite? Yep. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh yeah. That's a nice fish. Nice fish. Boy, a stubborn thing, isn't he?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, look how fat that is.
50,
wow.
55s.
Let's see. 155?
Yeah, 156.
163.
We're better than we think we were.
Yeah, well, you know, and all these scales vary too. Yeah, 163. Boy, that's a nice fish. Beauty.
He looks like one. He just didn't want to bite.
No, you had to work for him. Got him. Oh, that's a dandy too, isn't it? Yeah, but he's a pretty good fish. We'll weigh him too.
Okay, that's more than 130. Try 140. You hit him in the face and he smoked it.
145. Good one. All right, we've made another move. We're going to catch a big fish here. Mikey guarantees us a big fish. Not sure which one to go after.
That one down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bang. Jack his face. Here he comes. He's coming. Oh, he's looking.
Come on. Finally bit. Oh, that's a pretty decent fish. Finally got him. Yeah. Not a bad fish to see. Just see what he weighs. He's not that big, but 123. Man, we caught a bunch of them today.
There's another good one on the tree. That's a good fish.
Oh yeah.
There's a bigger one.
Oh yeah. Weigh that fish. Huh? $156. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, you're right in front. There he comes.
We've done that fake bite thing.
Oh, he's turning around. He's not done with you yet. Oh man, he is all over it. Come on. That is a big fish too. Dandy. Oh, you played with it long enough. That's a nice one there.
Fat,
Oh, good gosh, that's a dandy.
Yeah, that's a hog.
Wow. What you guess?
174.
Look at that, folks. How thick. Big old mouth. 174, he says. Let's see. Uh-oh, that can't be right. 163. Weighed it twice. Looks bigger than that to me. Wow, look how wide that fish is. Now fat.
Another inch on him.
Oh. Finally. Oh, finally.
Good one, too.
Fat little fish. $134. Yeah. There are a lot of those 134s in this lake, isn't there?
There you go. Take your pick. Two of them. They're starting to get a little deeper.
Yeah.
Boom.
Huh?
Here's an easier one. It might be bigger too.
Up higher? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're on. Here you come.
Got him.
He didn't mess up.
Oh,
Good.
yeah, that's a pretty nice fish. Pretty decent fish there. Oh, wow, look how wide and thick. I mean,
Oh,
those are
yeah.
just beauties.
That's a beautiful fish.
Look at that. Nice. See what he weighs. What's your guess?
I have to look at him. Uh, 140 even.
140 even, he says. Man, your scale's way off.
Oh yeah.
174.
Oh my.
Let's try it again. Just make sure that's not a fluke. 171 this time.
I should have held it.
Yeah, that's a dandy. There he comes. Come on. There he is.
A 1 pounder or better.
Oh, yeah, that's a decent fish. Oh,
Close to a pound.
yeah,
Not a bad one. Like I said, you catch these all day long on Truman
it's a nice
Lake.
one. Well, folks, it's 117. We've had a great day. Mike, thank you for all your lessons and showing us what to do here. I've learned a lot today. I hope you folks have too. But we're going to call it a day. Let me, I put a few of those fish in the live well. Let me get those out. Take a look at them. There we go.
Pigs.
There's a few of what we caught today. Some nice fish. We didn't catch any giants, but we caught a lot of good fish. I go home and edit this thing and go back and look at it. I didn't keep a running total in my scale, but I'll try to add them up when I'm editing this and see what we ended up with. But anyway, again, Mike, thank you.
Oh, you bet. Thanks.
Had a good time. Thanks for being with us. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button, touch the bell down below, and you'll be notified of future videos. Thanks for being with us. We're going to let these go.